So I've been getting a lot of good questions after I made that starter guide, which is as expected, and I think this is really good because it means we're finding some common ground. Think of this video as the starter guide chapter 2. Today's topic is around making strong Digimon. See all those pesky level requirements you've been running into? Yeah, they're done for. I'm about to make y'all some monsters, or rather, you're gonna make monsters. Digital monsters. So the main way to do this is by stacking the gains on your Digimon and aligning the personality type to match your optimal strategy. Let me provide an example on that second point. So here I got my boy EX, the X-Tyrannomon. His signature move literally only heals. Clearly a support Digimon. The philanthropy personality and the skills there are gonna serve him best. And for my boy specifically, I want him to be an absolute wall. So I went with the adoring personality. He's not gonna die. And then I have this personality skill that lets me heal or revive my team after everyone attacks. Every single time. So not only is EX not gonna die, my team won't either. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So we stack gains through the digital loop. That's what I call digivolving and de-digivolving. When you do that, your Digimon stats are gonna gradually stack. But when it comes to strong Digimon, stats are only half the battle. Now, the most common question I get is, at what level should I de-digivolve? It's a fabulous question. So the problem with this whole situation of trying to understand is, honestly, it begins, at least from my perspective, it begins with the in-game guides. Now, it's technically saying you retain 10% of your stats when you de-digivolve as cumulative stats, but I don't even think that's true, bro. What I think it's actually saying is, and this is weird, but you need your bond to be at least 10%, and then you start gaining, or should I say your cumulative stats start increasing. It's like, honestly, to that question, the answer is it doesn't matter. So to keep it simple, all right, the idea is and the goal is minimum get your bond to 10%. Realistically, you're shooting for 100, but at 10 is when you'll actually start to see your Digimon's strength grow. The next question is, how do we increase our bond? Now, there's a slow but cheap method, and there's a fast but expensive one. Let's start with the slow. Now, we went over this. All you're doing is battling and then talking. It's actually a double whammy. If you have that Digimon in the active party when battling, you gain 1%, and then you gain another percent when you talk to them after that battle. It takes about 3 to 4 battles for that dialogue option to show up. If you go through this method, you'll see a gradual increase, and it costs nothing but your time. Now, the fast method requires money and the Digifarm. What you want to do is stock up on the food items from the shop in the theater, and from there we're essentially fishing for our Digimon's favorite food, aka we're looking for a heart. If you get a heart, you're going to get a 2% bond increase, whereas anything else gives you just 1%. Now, doing this for one Digimon isn't that bad, but if you're gunning for 100%, strictly going this method, it gets costly. Now, you do have the option to spend that $7.99 for the money dungeon. And if you grab the public safety suit bundle, you got a millionaire USB, which also doubles your money. And this ultimately makes money a non-issue, but you know, it's up to you. All right, so when it comes to personality types, honestly, it all revolves around the Digifarm, at least this new method that we have. I mentioned that strong Digimon are about aligning your strategic personality on top of good stats. Now, if you want to learn more about personalities, I suggest you watch my starter guide. Outside of talking and hoping for the right option to change your personality, you can also force it through training. On top of the personality shifting, you're passively going to gain some stat boost, but the only downfall is that it takes literal time, not just like active time, passive time, which you can of course speed up through money. In general, if you want to speed things up, it's gonna cost you. From here, it's just to get your cumulative stats as high as possible so that when you de-evolve, you're retaining as many of them as you possibly can until your stats ultimately reach that 9999 number. Now, obviously you don't have to go for that. This is not so much about min-maxing. This is more about just getting your Digimon stronger. If you're running into a challenge, if you're running into a problem and you need more stats, or you need to align your personality. All right, so let's quickly recap while I fill in some small gaps that I left. Step 1 is to rush your bond level to 10%. talent. Something to mention is that having a high talent is going to make things easier once you hit that 10% bond. If you want to know a little bit more about talent, go ahead and check my starter guide. The reason we rush to bond level 10% is because this is when you can begin triggering cumulative stats. Meaning, when you level up and de-digivolve, only then will you begin retaining some of those stats, and you can ultimately stack your stat gains. Step 2 is to align your personality type. This could mean changing your personality type and or looking for the proper personality skill. Honestly, this one is all up to RNGesus. I want to explore the whole personality type to optimal Digimon a little bit more, so more on the whole personality side of things to come. Now, the last step is to load your Digimon to completion, and that completion is really up to you. The idea is at max talent and bond level, you're ready to start min-maxing. All you do is go through the digital loop while using the load function as your method of leveling up. This step is just a time sink, right? That's it. That's all you got to do is be stocking up on rookies and above, and then load them into your core Digimon. That's it. This takes the most time, but I mean, that's kind of the grind. So that being said, that's it for me. I'm about to go on a trip, so I'm gonna disappear for like a week, but I'm gonna be playing. So I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit, bruh. I think y'all should have enough to kind of get through this game. But regardless, if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'm responding to everything, all right? I got y'all. Other than that, appreciate y'all for watching, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.
I see you watching. I be chillin', said I'm tryna catch a vibe. If you think I'm funny, then you gotta press subscribe. We just getting started, see you smiling in a while. Hey, leave a comment. Tell me how you doing, I'm just tryna lift the mood. Ain't been going dummy, someone say that he's that dude. Even if you hate me, I'm just happy that you do. Hey.